Shalom, shalom, shalom. I would first like to begin a lesson off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Kodash. Double honors unto the apostles, double honors unto the elder bishops at Great Millstone, who have taught me this truth through the spirit and the power of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Peace and salutations to the brothers out there pushing this truth, the 100% truth out there on the highways and the byways, the Akim, as well as you few sisters out there listening and learning the Akwa. To you also I say shalom. It is your brother Zakabar back with another lesson through the spirit. Just wanted to come at y'all with some Lord willing edifying. Was unable to make a lesson yesterday, so I'll be making 2 lessons tonight. I've had a lot going on these past 2 days and really this whole week, man. Moving forward as well. Just trying to wrap up and finish strong. So been a lot going on, but nonetheless, I'm still trying to endure to the end. With that being said, as the title of the lesson, maybe one day you'll listen, right? Maybe one day you'll listen. I'm going to go ahead and play this clip, and then I'm going to play a clip from Dabu 7:7. And I'm going to get a precept to start it off. So, that being said, Lord willing, the lesson is edifying to those out there listening and watching.
I have a question, right? How many of you guys...
This is Ezekiel 33 and 32. It says, "And lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song of one that hath a pleasant voice, and can play well on an instrument. For they hear thy words, but they do them not." So as I mentioned, man, maybe one day you'll listen.
remember the Hebrew Israelites.
Ezekiel 33 and 33. "And when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come. Then shall they know that a prophet hath been among them." And what a prophet is a messenger, right? A messenger, someone who says something's going to happen before it happens. And we are indeed the prophets of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, and Lord willing, the 144,000, the hopeful elect of the house of Israel. You know, we have a collection of brothers who have been prophesying the downfall of a wicked kingdom, and the prophecies that we've been saying have been slowly coming to pass, and people in the world are starting to realize that there are still a majority who don't see the full picture as we see it, because the Lord has not revealed the secrets unto them, because they are not the prophets. So as these prophecies continue to come to pass, and the things that we've been saying for days, weeks, months, years, when they continue to come to pass, then it will be revealed unto the people who decide to sleep on this word.
When I'm talking about the Hebrew Israelites, I'm not specifically talking about the people in the Bible per se. I mean, same thing, go hand in hand. But I'm specifically talking about the guys, the camps, the Hebrew Israelite camps that was in every major city. They're still in some of them are still in every major city. But there was a time when it was out there on a large scale, on a grand scale. Isn't it safe to say, with everything that's transpiring in America right now, that everything that they were preaching, everything that they were talking about on whether it be YouTube or if you ran into them on the street, isn't it safe to say that they were right?
You know, people still don't want to accept that simple fact, and they don't, man. You know, it's just some type of ignorance within them, or really just a spiritual veil that the Lord has over them that doesn't allow them to receive or understand the things that are going on in the world right now. All right, this is the book of Jeremiah, the 28th chapter, and the 8th verse. Well, it says let's go to the 7th verse. And let's get the 6th verse. "Even the prophet Jeremiah said, Amen, Yahweh do so. Yahweh perform thy words which thou hast prophesied, to bring again the vessels of Yahweh's house, and all that is carried away captive from Babylon into this place. Nevertheless, Hear thou now this word that I speak in thine ears, and in the ears of all the people. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence. The prophet which prophesieth of peace, when the word of the prophet shall come to pass, then shall the prophet be known that Yahweh hath truly sent him. Right? So when these things start to come to pass, man, y'all are going to realize that Great Millstone had the 100% truth, the 144% truth the whole time. It's not going to be a surprise to us. It'll be a surprise to y'all. Now, I'm going to go ahead and play this clip regarding something I mentioned on my previous lesson, my camp lesson the other day. And the title of this, it says, "A famine is steadily approaching. What will be your defense in that day?"
I want to talk a little bit about engineered famine. It looks like it's happening. It's been happening for some time. Weather manipulation, engineering of the whole thing, but we're seeing a lot of things start to align that kind of shows that crunch time's about to hit us big time. What I mean by that is the whole situation with the farmers. I had a lot of people just chime in on the last video about their neck of the woods, about if they're seeing butterflies, if they're seeing bees. And I noticed from the comment section that there's people out there that are either seeing them in abundance, kind of like my neck of the woods. You'll see butterflies flying around, just seeing a bumblebee. They're out here in abundance. But in my area, I know that we have designated pollinator zones. I don't know if you guys have those in your neck of the woods, but those pollinator zones help to feed the ecosystem and make sure that the butterflies and the bumblebees stay alive and they can do their job, because obviously without them, everything will collapse. We're hearing about people saying that there's none in their neck of the woods. That's concerning. Even though I have colony people around me that like do bees and all that stuff and have hives, there's been reported losses. And they've even been trying to go around to other properties to try to build up these zones just to try to counter all the loss that's happening. Now, I also have people that have stated that they run colonies in other states. Arkansas, for instance, had people chime in saying that half of their colonies have died. Half of their hives have been wiped out. They've talked to other people in the area and they've seen similar things happen. And they were like, if it's that bad in their neck of the woods, how bad is it everywhere else? This could be targeted. We're talking about ticks being dropped off en masse on farms all across the place. And people are flipping out. Again, when I look at the comment section of the most recent video, people are either seeing something or they're kind of not seeing much of anything. So it's like one or the other. You're either in an area where you have an abundance of these and you're really not worried about it because you're seeing them. But I would be concerned when you've got farmers out there chiming in saying that they're not seeing nothing on their farms. And I know every state's different, every area is different, but it's happening in mass.
I'm going to go ahead and pull this out for the sake of the brother. Pulled this out of camp the other day. The book of 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter, and I want to say the 13th verse. It says, 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter, and the 13th verse, "They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seeds shall fail, through the blasting and hail, and with a fearful consolation. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein." Right? The Lord is sending forth. Matter of fact, let me get verse 10. Verse 11. "But I will bring them," we'll get verse 10, Salaki. "Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof." Right? So the plagues that Egypt was struck with before is regard to ancient Egypt. But the plagues that Egypt is going to be struck with now is regarding to modern day Egypt, which is in the scriptures is referred to as Babylon the Great, spiritual Sodom and Egypt. Babylon the Great is referred to as spiritual Sodom and Egypt, the great city. And America is Babylon the Great. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that God shall bring upon it, right? So the Lord is sending for plagues upon this earth, and specifically upon Babylon the Great. God damn it, it's in the book of Daniel. So like I'm gonna go and get this first. I can get this in the Good News translation. Second Esdras 15 and 10. My people are being led to the slaughter like a flock of sheep. They will no longer have to live in Egypt, right? So once all of this goes down, this place is going to be completely destroyed. Nobody's going to inhabit it anymore. I will use all my strength and power to bring them out of that land. The remnant of it, I will bring disasters upon the Egyptians, as I did earlier, and I will destroy their country. The whole land will be in mourning, right? Well, for the virgin daughter Babylon. It will be shaken to its foundations when I, the Lord, strike it and pound on it. The Lord's going to destroy this place. The farmers will mourn because their seeds will fail to sprout. Did we not just listen to Dabu 7 say that shit? But once again, people will not hear. Bro, I might as well just go this way. I send thee to a rebellious house. This must be in the Apocrypha, Salakia. I think that might be in the book of Baruch. God damn it. Ezekiel 2:1, the prophets called, and he said unto me, Son of man, stand upon thy feet, and I will speak unto thee. And the Spirit entered into me when he spake unto me, and set me upon my feet, that I heard him that spake unto me. And he said unto me, Son of man, I send thee to the children of Israel, to a rebellious nation that hath rebelled against me. They and their fathers have transgressed against me, even unto this very day. For they are impudent children and stiff-hearted. I do send thee unto them, and thou shalt say unto them, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, the Most High Power. And they, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, for they are a rebellious house, yet shall know that there hath been a prophet among them. The water shut. Going back to 2nd Ezra 15 and 13. The farmers will mourn because their seed will fail to sprout, and their trees will be destroyed by blight, hail, and terrible storms. The world and the people in it are doomed.
And it seems this whole thing is engineered. They're chiming in saying that they're not seeing nothing on their farms. And I know every state's different, every area is different, but it's happening in mass. And it seems this whole thing is engineered. Let's look globally. What's going on here? Trump's got the Strait of Hormuz all held up and all that. That's causing a supply crunch here that affects everything. It affects absolutely everything.
Matter of fact, let's go and get this. And I just realized while I was looking for the kind, I got Joseph and Daniel mixed up. Because I wanted to go into this story. I don't have none of this highlighted, but I've read this book before. That's interesting. Anyways, I got Joseph and Daniel mixed up. But let me go back to the Apocrypha. Ecclesiasticus 10 and 10. Ecclesiasticus 10 and 1 in the KJV. A wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. An unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable. In the Good News Translation, verse 1, a wise ruler will educate his people, and his government will be orderly. You clearly see that's not happening. All the officials and the citizens will be like their ruler. An uneducated king will ruin his people. Ding, ding, ding. But a government will grow strong if his rulers are wise. The Lord sees to the government of the world and brings the right person to power at the right time.
It's just now getting to the point to where people are going to start to notice. And there's no end in sight here in terms of that war front or him opening up Hormuz.
Yes, it's not. I just seen that Israel just bombed South Lebanon. They pursue blood, right? They pursue blood, so blood will pursue them.
Keep talking about it, but it's a carrot on a stick that helps them drag the whole thing out while they pull off theatrics like the White House Correspondents' Dinner and all the staged crap that happened there. It's a whole nother story I'll be covering on the live.
They insulting Americans' intelligence and toying with people. That's why we're gonna see a revolt of the people, because eventually they're gonna band up together and they're gonna get tired of this shit.
Stream tonight. Make sure to join me and let me know if you guys are seeing colonies getting wiped out in your areas. And I would have a plan. I would really start green thumbing it this year. Getting some chickens going, getting something going. You'd be surprised. A handful of chickens can keep you and your family alive in a crisis situation. This harvest is going to be one of the worst ever. How can it not? More than half of our farmers cannot get the fertilizer that they need. 70% are in a bad position.
The Bible speaks about famine numerous times. Genesis 12:10, and there was a famine in the land, and Abram went down into Egypt to sojourn there, for the famine was grievous in the land. Going on to 41, it talks all about it, where I'm about to go to. That's all Jeremiah's talking about is famine in the times of Babylon. And Ezekiel. Mark 13:8, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. There shall be earthquakes in diverse places, and there shall be famines and troubles. These are the beginning of sorrow. These are the beginnings of sorrows. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. 2 Ezra 15:5. Revelation 18:8, concerning Babylon, therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burnt with fire. For strong is the Lord God who judgeth her. Second Ezra 16:22. We can get 21. Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth, meaning food, that they shall think themselves to be in good case, right? When they shall say evil and say when they shall say peace and safety, then utter destruction come upon them. And even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. Verse 22, for many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. And jumping down to 34, in the war shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine. Draft coming December 2026. Second Ezra 6:22, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. And I'm gonna get that one in NLT. I said NLT, the GNT. Where's that at? Verse 6 and 22. Planted fields will suddenly become bare, and full barns will suddenly become empty.
Most of the country is in an engineered drought.
It's almost like, I could be wrong. It's almost like the scriptures are predicting what's going to happen in the end times. It's almost like the scriptures are predicting what's going on right now. I could be wrong though. I think that might be 48. Isaiah 48:1. Hear ye this, O house of Jacob, which are called by the name of Israel, and are come forth out of the waters of Judah, which swear by the name of Yahweh, and make mention of the God of Israel, but not in truth nor in righteousness. For they call themselves of the holy city, and stay themselves upon the God of Israel. The Lord Yahweh of hosts is his name. I have declared the former things from the beginning, and they went forth out of my mouth, and I shewed them. I did them suddenly, and they came to pass. Verse 4, because I knew that thou art obstinate, and thy neck is an iron sinew, and thy brow brass. I have even from the beginning declared it to thee. Before it came to pass, I shewed it to thee. I shewed it thee. So like, lest thou shouldest say, mine idol hath done them, and my graven image and my molten image hath commanded thee. The Lord declared the end from the beginning.
This is all by design.
I promise this ain't the first civilization, the first kingdom, or the first damn nation to be hit with plagues and fall. It's not.
This is engineered. And it's going to bring about, obviously, a low yield in crops, which will result in a famine. If this keeps happening globally, for sure. I know in some areas people are saying that over the years they've noticed the bugs have disappeared gradually. And again, some people are seeing them in abundance, kind of like I have here, and I'm thankful for that. But, you know, you could go an hour from here and they'd be gone. So what's really going on? The skies, what's being dumped on us constantly, again, engineered. Every bit of it. Every bit of it, man. I would get ready. It looks like they're going into hyperdrive, and it looks like this whole Iran thing is to reset the globe, and like everyone's going to suffer.
And all they gotta do is put forth that MOTD. So maybe one day they'll listen. Maybe one day. With that being said, Lord willing, the lesson was edifying for those out there listening and watching. I'm gonna close it off there by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kodash. Double honors unto the elders and the elder apostles and the elder bishops at Great Millstone once again, who've taught me this truth through the spirit and the power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And until next time, I say Shalom, Israel, Shalom. And as always, we're one day close to the kingdom, man. Keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. Shalom, Israel, Shalom.